What's it been like having to wait by the phone to hear from either CFL teams or players who are willing to come on board, those who don't want to come on board? Maybe perhaps talk about the transition and when the deadline is to stamp your roster and go with it.
Well, I think our coaching staffs probably average about 12 to 14 hours a day on their cell phones. Thank God for cell phones, otherwise we'd be dead in the water. But I mean, that's just part of it. I mean, I think the struggle that we've had is just the time interface between when we start up and go and when the CFL makes their final cut-down decisions. And of course, we're looking at a lot of those CFL guys trying to make those rosters because they're the real good university players. So that, we've had to keep on our toes. And we've been on our toes since, back in early March, approaching the draft, talking with the CFL teams. And truthfully, the CFL teams have been very good to us. They've been very cooperative with us. But in the same breath, they need to look after their business and protect their interests first. But around that, they've been good. They've been active with us, and we've been thankful for that.
What do you know about the teams that you're going to be facing? Like, is there any way to have a game plan to say that this is what Japan's going to do, this is what Germany's going to do, this is what the Americans are going to do? Or do you just basically try to pump these guys up and make sure they're at their top game, and then you just get what you get?
No, we open with France. We have a fairly good understanding of France, but we're playing in Gros with France, with Japan, and with Austria, the host nation. Over in Innsbruck, the Americans are there with the Mexicans, the Australians, and the Germans. We get film exchange. So, we play France, and, our opponent is going to get film the next day. So we're going over with the capacity to break down film, to look at film, and to do all the things around film that we've traditionally done. We know these are good football teams. I think one of the things people need to understand is that the quality of American football around the globe has gone exponential, and certainly we know that Austria is an outstanding team. Japan won the first two world championships back in '99 and '03, and they lost in double overtime to the Americans in '07 in Tokyo. So we know as the people who have been around European football for 2 or 3 years have told us on a number of occasions there are going to be no sleepy games. Every game is going to be a great challenge, and we're preparing ourselves that way.
This tournament, every 4 years, we talk about growing this game of football around the world, and the fact that maybe over here we don't realize how well played it is across the globe. Do you think if this tournament were actually held maybe every 2 years, the exposure would go up, and maybe there'd be some opportunities for American networks to get on board, especially if the event were to come here? I know it's a lot for you to process, but I think you see where I'm going.
Yeah, I think what we need to do, and I mean within the football family around the world, there's great respect for the World Championship. In North America, the center of football, North American style, it's not yet clearly on the radar screens. We need to get it there, both from the American side and the Canadian side, and have an awareness of the quality of play, the competitive nature of it, and the athletes that are taking part. I mean, you'd be amazed how many European athletes are being seriously assessed by NCAA Division I, Division II teams for scholarship. And there are a relatively large number of those people playing football in the United States now. More and more of them are also looking at Canada. So the game truly is going global, and that's truly what we wanted to do. And this is a great first moment for Canada to step onto that stage and compete.
It's got to be a badge of honor knowing that you've been called upon to head this crew. You call it a team effort, but someone's got to spearhead the team, and that's you. And so many great coaches in this country who've won championships, and you haven't been forgotten. And here you are running the ship, and if you can come back with a good result from Austria, it's going to be nice not only for Canadian football, but for yourself.
Well, I think it's going to be nice for us all. I mean, everyone who's in football knows that it's a team game, and I think that's what appeals to all of the people in football is, you just can't play this game on a single player level. And I think the reason that I'm the head coach is because I may have had a little bit of an influence or an impact upon persuading the outstanding CIS coaches that we have on this staff to get on board and take part. I'm kind of managing those people and managing the kind of the background of it. But I'll tell you, the coaching's being done by the 6 outstanding coaches we have here, and they've done a whale of a job.
You've persuaded them to come on board, but I think you influenced them too.
Well, maybe, but I'm having more fun than they are.